This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey,
Is
it's
for
Coochie
an
Coochie
actual.
Coo.
Well, I just want to
Oh, sorry.
close a loop on something because
Sorry.
I learned it was
uh-huh.
in the news recently that hay is actually food for horses. Hay is actually food for horses, and so as we're saying, hey, I just want to hold space for the fact that hay is actually for horses, and they eat it just to fuel, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Would you say with horses, food is fuel?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
And they don't have to
interesting.
earn their hay.
Yeah. What news source was that from?
That was from Elite Daily.
Oh, breaking news, Elite Daily. Food. Hay is food, and it's food for horses.
This is Pat Regan.
Thank you for chiming in with that.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to fall by the wayside when we got into other groundbreaking topics.
Because we might just.
We might just.
And this is Christy Carlson Romano, and we're here doing our podcast.
Called Seek Treatment,
And
and it is
it's
a
about
podcast about
boys,
boys, sex,
sex,
fucking, dating, and love. What an intro today.
I am really a loopy Lululemon.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. I feel like a big dog.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Well, this was gifted to me by a fan 17 years ago.
Are you serious?
Years ago, when I still had hope,
Yeah.
generally.
You dreamed a dream that time gone by.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I actually love that song.
Well, it's a great song.
And I love when Anne does it.
I love what Anne did with the piece.
I literally love what Anne did with that piece.
We already talked about how sexy Anne is
Did we?
on Eileen.
Oh, we
in
did.
Eileen.
I think we probably did.
Anyways, a fan gave this to me 17 and a half years ago in the mail, I believe.
Wow.
Back when I was just throwing out my address willy-nilly.
That's like when I got that's like when someone asked me to sign a copy of a book that I'd read but not
Sure.
read.
Well, it's funny because I'm always handing out my address willy-nilly and people are like, don't do that. And I'm like, my fans, first of all 30 of them
Yeah, kill me.
are fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
come get me.
Yeah, come and get
Come
me.
tickle me to death.
Serial K me.
Serial, SKM, serial kill me. SKU.
Ooh,
the
SKM is-
SKU, serial kill us.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Do you
I'd
ever,
like to go
Do you ever
first.
work retail where there's like SKU codes?
Yeah,
my
what is
God.
that? What is skew?
It's always someone being like, okay, so all this so if these are different SKU, they can't be on the same hanger.
I've never worked in that style retail.
It's
Where'd
so-
you work?
Just like running retail a
Oh,
lot.
sure.
Yeah, but
I worked at a shop with a E at the end, which I think we've discussed.
oh,
And it was the one time I stole.
those girls that work at shops with these at the end are some of the hottest girls on the planet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just remember being 17 and being like violently hungover in
Yeah.
the most intense way and wearing a dress from Anthropology at the time.
Yeah.
I was wearing a dress from Anthropology.
For some reason, I'm unlocking a memory of being 23
Wait,
years.
title of memoir, Hungover in Anthropology.
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
My Jesus year.
I slept in my Jesus Here shirt.
Oh, I don't have any of the merch.
That's crazy. Someone made
I
us
assumed like
merch.
someone would like send me something.
I had to buy it.
Oh.
We got to
But,
figure this out.
I,
We're one day at a time. Like, first of all, we figured out. Let's hold space for how far we've come because we figured out how to get in chairs, like we've been talking about
Totally.
for years. So
Totally.
one step at a time. Merch will be next.
I
Go ahead.
unlocked a memory of being 23 years
Mhm.
young, straight, heterosexual male living off the gram, L-stop. And I
Off
remember
the grid, off the gram.
Off the grid.
Living off the grid.
And I was walking to what's the German word for when you ask someone where they live and you think they're gonna say off the gram L, but they say off the grand L, and it takes you a second to
Oh,
like.
It's never the grand. is
And
it?
also, like, being off the gram and the grand are actually the same. Like, you could always be off either the grand or the gram.
I know, but grand hits different.
There's something so beautiful about grand.
Gram.
Morgan Montrose.
I know it's
Grand.
Morgan
Montrose.
Girls, two sets of twins.
Yeah, it is. It literally is two sets of twins.
Yeah.
It's Narnia. It's the two olders and two youngers.
I'll never forget dating someone who lived off the grand. But I
But
want to
anyways,
say that, sorry.
Oh, so I'm walking off the Graham L, and there was like right when you get to like the BQE, you know? Like
That's where I lived.
You're walking, that's where I lived.
The inflection point of my house.
I lived at Meeker.
I live Meeker and Graham.
I literally lived like meeker and like
I'm not afraid to say
Northampton.
I lived at 697, I believe it was.
And I'm not afraid to say I was like, I don't remember the number, but I was like right under McGoldrick on Meeker.
Yeah, you were on the other side of
Yeah.
the tracks.
Yeah, I was on the other side of the BQE.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, when you got to like the BQE, there was this little store with this woman who looked like a woman who had been on The Real World recently, but she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And she wore a brimmed hat before it was cool. And she had this little shop with an E, and like, I don't know, there was just like random clothes. And I would go in and look around. And I remember thinking to myself as a 23-year-old who was like grappling with rent and like anxiety around
Mhm.
rent, I was like, how can this place possibly
I know.
be paying a rent? Like,
I-
you sell one shirt a month? Like, how can that?
If that.
What? Yeah. Like, how are you, young girl?
It is like that.
It is like that.
No, I know. I remember when I was living over there too, I had fantasies of like leaving it all behind, opening a shop with a wine bar in the back.
Oh, interesting. It's like
I used to be so jealous of those shop girls. I think that
I'm-
must be fun.
I met a
What?
married couple on New Year's Eve, and one of them, the woman of the married couple, had opened a wine store.
Oh, great.
But it's like, what do you say next then?
How
How do you have a conversation?
you go?
You go,
Oh, are you really into wine?
yeah.
And then I would say,
I think-
what I would say is, I'm never sure if it's good or not, the wine.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm in recovery.
And they'd be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And I'd
They'd
be
be like,
no.
oh my God, that must have been so hard.
I'm like, no, I literally don't care. Like,
yeah.
I'm always meeting people that open wine shops.
That's a good. Should we rehearse it?
Yeah, okay. So
Okay, so-
but it's actually important for this piece.
Yeah.
She's wearing kind of an Emily. She's wearing a U, like a beret.
Oh, me.
She's wearing a beret, a
Okay.
red beret.
Do we have one in the studio?
She
Okay.
has shoulder length hair, a
Oh.
red lip, a red beret.
Cute. I wish I had short. Let me try and do my hair short.
Okay. And here's also important context. I had gotten into a conversation with her husband about meditation, and
Oh,
and
interesting.
then he had said, "My wife." I almost thought, by the way he said "my wife," that he thought I was hitting on him, but I truly wasn't.
But there's no easy way to say my wife,
I know.
and there's no easy way to say my boyfriend. There's
I
no.
know.
I want to hold space for those out there who have been like, I'm really not saying this to let you know that I don't want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
It's like my boyfriend. It's like, okay, calm down.
I know. I don't know why he said what
Do
he
you want
said.
me to be the man and then the woman, or do you want me to just
Well,
go?
the
come in
man
for
I
the
think
woman?
is like, it's like previously on. Do you know what I mean? Like previously on this
Mm.
conversation, I talked to her husband, and he had said.
Maybe you can do both. You can do you and the man, and I'll come in as the woman.
Okay, well, this is like.
Wow.
I don't think the.
Wow.
I don't think the man is going to be in the episode. He's just a previously on.
I see.
So and the previously on in this format is that I just say what the conversation with the
Okay.
man was, which is that he said my wife opened a wine shop at some point because I said how long have you been in LA
Okay.
or something.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm seeing just to finally set the stage. Now I'm seeing a couple from New York that I know who are talking to a woman in a red beret with a red lip who I know as this previous man's wife. So I'm coming in to talk to these two, but knowing I'm going to be engaging with red beret, and I'm already knowing that she. I'm coming in knowing she opened a wine shop. She doesn't know I know.
That's what we call dramatic irony. When the audience knows something.
So remember, you don't know that I know.
Okay.
Your secret.
Anything else I need to know about my character?
No, and bleep the names, but the straight couple, I do think it's important for you to know this. The straight couple that I'm approaching to like say hi to is
Love.
okay. So just know that I'm.
They're really warm. They're a really warm couple.
They're a warm
Keep
couple.
that in. They're warm.
Okay, so are we saying they're okay? Well, I'm almost worried about giving so many identifying details that like
Sure. Don't say the
even though I'm
couple's
like only celebrating the married couple that the
Right.
woman of which has a wine shop, like.
But if one of the 30 lets them know that we did a play about them, they might like put
Maybe
out a
sue us
restraining
for-
order.
Or yeah, or sue us for their life rights. Like they didn't pay for our life rights.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm coming up to talk, and you're the red beret woman, and I'm knowing that I'm gonna end up getting in a side with you.
Okay.
Okay, so just let's start with this when I find myself spurred off with you in the side conversation.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Pat.
Hello. I'm Criselle.
Hey, Criselle. How are you? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm
just-
good. This is so nice.
And I don't remember how I got here, but I remember saying, I know your husband. I just was talking to your husband.
oh,
you opened a-
wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, he told me that you.
Isn't he
opened-
great?
He's wonderful. Yeah, we had a really
Thick
nice chat about.
cock.
Okay, he mentioned as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also
You would
said,
think long, but it's thick and
yeah,
short. It's thick and short. You
well,
would think.
I made the mistake of saying you must have a long cock, and he said,
No.
no.
He said it isn't like that.
Yeah. So my question to you, Criselle,
Mhm.
is that I know actually.
And I know, you know what's so funny? It's so hard being named Criselle
Yes.
because of the recent
Criselle.
rise to star of Criselle.
I can't lie. It entered my mind.
Sure.
That
My
almost.
parents, it's almost like my parents named me after her, but that couldn't be because of the age I am, which is 36.
Right, and even if you were a baby right now,
Which I'm not, I'm 36.
right, but if you were a baby, I still wouldn't argue that your parents named you after Richelle because Criselle is different.
It is different. You know what it lacks is the SH.
I'm feeling so connected with you, Criselle.
It's so nice to meet you. Patrick, was it?
Yeah, I go by Pat usually. I used to go by Patrick growing up, and then in high school, I don't know, I just started going by Pat.
Sure. I was Chrissy growing up, and I said, I really want to elongate this.
I wonder if Chriselle was Chrissy growing up.
She might have been.
Yeah.
She might have just been.
Now wait, this is interesting.
Sure.
When I was talking to your husband,
And keep in mind, what does he have?
a fat cock.
His disco stick.
His disco
Which I'm bringing back this year. For me, 2024 is all about saying the phrase disco stick.
That's amazing, Criselle. My friend Catherine has been saying that as well.
Yeah. Oh, she sounds lovely and thin.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
She's quite thin. She's the opposite of your husband's cock. But I guess my question to Criselle, because I do know, when I was talking to your husband, he mentioned to me that you actually recently opened a wine shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah,
You must
how
be
is
excited
that?
by that.
Yeah.
You have to come by.
Well, I actually don't drink. I'm sober. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It's not a big deal at all.
What happened to you?
Oh,
How drunk did you get?
No, it just was a weird 20s, and it was just like best for me. But I'm always around people who drink, and like I'm always around people who love wine, so it's not a big deal.
Well, I adore wine, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hence
say
the shop.
Yeah.
But you know
what
what's so
made you open a
funny?
wine shop?
You know what? I used to live in New York.
Yeah,
Thank God I got out of there.
I know it was killing me.
And I used to live on the Grand.
Oh, the Grand. I thought you were gonna say Grand.
I know.
You know, I know an improviser who used to live off that stop. He's a little weird.
Well, let's arrest him.
Yeah.
But I would always walk by and I'd see these women in shops, and I would say, if I marry rich and have a husband who has enough money to support us, I could open a shop.
Yeah.
Because shops aren't for money. They're for pleasure.
Well, I
and-
was gonna say, our shop's for money.
No, my shop doesn't make money.
You know, I had an experience when I was 23 where when I would get off the Graham Mall. And I
Oh,
would
wait.
walk just
Was
to the
that
BQE.
Graham or Grand?
Graham.
Uh-huh.
And there would be this shop
Funny.
just near the BQE, and I always wondered how they paid their rent.
It wasn't Joanna, was it?
Well,
With the hat?
Did she look a bit like Jonna from Real World?
Yes, but she was never on Real World.
I know, yes. Well, Jonna, I mean, yes, I know. I knew it wasn't Jonna, but
Oh, wow.
I felt
How funny
actually.
that I picked Joanna.
You know what? She didn't look like Jonna. She looked like this girl from the second San Diego season. I can't remember her name, but she did music as well.
Yes.
Yes, and she went to Stanford.
Yeah.
The Real World person, not this chat
Someone from Stanford went on the Real World?
Yeah, it happens every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
She was a musician, to be fair.
So interesting. I love artists.
Anyways, I'm going to head out, I think.
No, wait. wait. I want to know why you can't drink alcohol at my shop. No, you know what I was going to say, though?
What?
Is-
Are you still Criselle?
Yes, I'm Criselle.
Okay.
Can you not tell? By my short hair, red beret, and red lipstick. My name is Criselle, and I'm 36.
Yes.
And I'm from Arkansas, but I moved to New York for 6 months.
Yeah.
And now I'm in LA with my husband, who does support us because shops don't make money.
Yes.
And that's no knock on
And your husband's
feminism.
a director, by the way.
The doctor?
Director.
A director.
Well, do you want better?
You know him better than I do.
The doctors of the industry.
The doctor with the disco stick.
Yeah.
The doctor and the disco stick is such a good title for something.
Yeah, that's like, I used to do improv Criselle, and I one time
No.
did. Yeah.
You don't say.
I do say, and this is so stupid that I'm even telling you this, Criselle. Like,
What?
well, it's like, why am I talking about this? But
Patrick. Tap into that youthful imagination of when you were still called Patrick.
well, I was being.
And before the world struck the rick from you.
I once took an advanced study performance class, which were really hard to get into, but I was always getting into them because I was
Oh.
Criselle so good at improv.
Congrats.
And I did one called the Improvised play with this guy named Brandon Garner, who was who could literally rip me open whenever he wants, leave it in.
Are
And
you gay?
I am gay, yeah.
Wow.
And
You know, I had sex with a woman in college.
oh, did you? I would.
Oral.
I could guess by your vibe, beret and wine shop, that you would
Mhm.
choose to do that.
Yeah. I'm bi.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Are you
thank
and your husband open? I hate to ask.
I'm so glad you did ask. We are closed shut.
Oh wow.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Well, it's all to say that I'm sorry I made you so uncomfortable.
No, you didn't make me uncomfortable,
Oh,
Criselle.
thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm an open book.
Because I was gonna say, even if you can't come to the wine shop and buy something for yourself,
Yeah.
the wine shop is a great place to buy gifts.
I know, but I think I would feel a bit anxious going into a wine shop, not because of my
Me?
addiction journey and not because of you. More so because of like I don't know much about wine and I'm
Well, that's
not
what I'm here for.
I know.
I'm the shop girl.
I know, but you know what I think it stems from?
Hmm.
This one time I tried to buy a fragrance for my 2 exes ago, and I went in knowing nothing about fragrances, and I have to say the shop boy,
Does 2 exes ago mean how many boyfriends have you had?
like 1 and 1.25.
1 and change?
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
And so
Wait, I'm Richelle, and what do you mean?
Chris, you're
Okay.
Richelle.
I'm Criselle. Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm Criselle.
Yes.
So what happened in the fragrance store, Patrick?
Well, I remember going in and being like, these are the fragrances he likes from different brands. Like, what do you think? And the person basically had a backpack on, and I think because I had a backpack on, the guy was classist to me.
Totally.
And so he said, it really depends on body chemistry, and I would never be getting a fragrance as a gift to someone.
The shopkeep.
You shocked Criselle. The shopkeep said this.
The shopkeep told you they would never get a fragrance as a gift for anyone.
I guess you don't work on commission, bud.
Well,
I couldn't even go big mistake huge because clearly he doesn't work on commission.
it was a massive mistake, huge, Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting because fragrance is a very popular gift.
Wait, Criselle, can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
I had
Do you happen to use Jergens Natural Glow?
Yes, or my hands aren't.
Yes.
Should I stop using it?
No, you look great.
What's going on with me?
Well, I just met you.
Right.
And you seem great.
I've been being normal this whole conversation, I do
Yeah,
think.
you're handling this very well. In fact, I think I'm being a little bit bizarre.
Yeah. But
Bringing up the cock right up top.
But you're wearing a beret, and that kind of licenses you to say whatever you please.
Berets give you permission to have levity.
Yeah.
Much
They're
like
the
a
Rita
friend of mine,
They're the Rita
Wilson
Wilsons
of hats.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go have a drink because I loved drinking.
Yes.
And I'm sorry you can't have any.
I know it's only 11:15, but I think I'm gonna head out even though it's New Year's. I just
No,
I would like to go home.
but the ball might drop.
I'm gonna go say goodbye to I think your Fright Master is here. I want to go say goodbye
Oh,
to
I love their
them,
work.
and then I will head home and go to sleep. I hope.
Oh, it was so lovely to meet you. Call me.
I will.
Okay, bye. And scene.
That was a good play.
Yeah, it was okay. I was a little bit off the rails.
But I think that was needed.
With the
I'm
beret.
such a good straight man.
You were the irony. Sorry, let me take my Criselle disguise off and put my hair down.
Do I miss improv, I wonder?
Yeah, you're so good at it.
I know, it's crazy.
I bet there's a place you could do that here. I bet it's called UCB.
Well, Darcy and BSJ are always doing like improv shows. I kind of
Oh
want to be
my
like, have
god,
me do
so
it with you.
funny.
They should, if they're listening, they're not. They should have me do it with them.
I'm sure they'd love to have you do it with them.
I'm gonna message them.
Message them
Well,
at
now
it.
BSJ is in like Montreal for like months.
Oh,
Every time I have a
wow.
friend, they leave.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah, we should have him back on. And we should have Darcy on.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Have we not?
we've not.
That's rock and roll wild.
I know.
Didn't we?
No,
Interesting.
it's never worked out scheduling wise, I believe.
We gotta. I might need to eat something, unfortunately.
I had my famous meal.
Well, I was gonna tell you. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting out of character. You've changed my life
With the White Ghost 000.
with Oikos 000.
It's so good. It's magic.
They need to sponsor us. I don't know if they do podcast ads, but if you guys are listening, there's a really
Because I
amazing.
could tell, because when we went to Denver, I was buying a lot. And I ate probably 6 of those a day.
That's wild. I wish I knew in Denver what was.
was
But
a-
the only issue is that in the winter, I can tell I'm really gonna like it when it gets warm. But in the winter, sometimes I wake up and I want something warm.
Oh, I always want something cold.
Interesting.
Well, I ordered this thing from this company, this overnight oats company,
I love overnight oats.
and
But I'm
well,
confused about oats and I'll never learn.
I just ordered one box to try it, but they interpreted that as they're gonna keep sending it to me every month, I think until I die.
Oh, wow.
So I'm getting all
You
these
subscribed.
oats. I didn't mean to, and I don't know how to not because I don't even remember the website. And now I'm just
Oh, we
getting
got to get you out of that. You know
so
what you
many
can do
oats.
is
I haven't even opened last month's box.
you should
I
get a
have
new
another
credit
box.
card, and so they can't charge you.
Yeah.
And then you can fill it in. That way you can learn what you actually need.
I got a credit karma that Blink Fitness is sending me to collections for a membership I had there in 2015. Get a life.
What is collections?
I don't know. But it means that
they're like, you never paid us?
I stopped going to Blink, and they probably wouldn't allow me to leave them because they're toxic, and so now they are trying to send me to debtor's prison. Well, it's affecting my CS credit score.
Oh.
So
I found out I had a bad one, but I'm working on it.
yeah, I started working on it a year ago, and then it was doing good, but now it's doing bad.
I want to get a home.
It's almost good when you get a thing like that from Blink Fitness because then you could pay it and it'll go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just, what I just paid to do is have my eggs frozen for 6 more months.
The woman who drove me from the Uber to
Yeah, tell me about her. First of all, that was a modern miracle.
So, yeah.
I was on the phone with the shuttle company for 3 hours after that.
Yeah.
Screaming at them.
I was supposed to take a shuttle to the airport when we were in Breckenridge. The shuttle wasn't coming, so we ordered an Uber. So I got in. The woman, first things first, told me that.
And by the way, I want to tell everyone, it's really hard to get an Uber there. So I was like, this woman is an angel.
Well, and
taking my friend to the airport.
Here's what I'll say. It was,
what
if I told you that moments before the request came in, she was praying to Jesus Christ,
No.
asking him to send her a rider over towards Denver.
No way.
And what if Jesus Christ provided?
Wait, I have chills.
So she told me that she did
She
ask
wanted to
Jesus,
go to Denver.
and she was like,
That's
She's like,
crazy.
Jesus sent you to me. The second I get in the car, I go,
That's amazing.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So she was like, become God in it. So these were her interests.
Yeah.
Taking down Uber from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Uh-huh.
And
who in the hell do you think you are?
And supplements. So
I hate supplements.
she told me about lion's mane, which I actually got because she said it was helping her brain, and then
all of that is fake. I'm sorry.
I know.
I want it to be real just as much as the rest of you.
Well, isn't it interesting to look at supplements and to look at Jesus and to be like similar?
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Not that I love Jesus, amazing girl.
I love the idea of Jesus.
I don't care about Jesus, but I believe in God.
That's what I'm saying.
It's I don't need.
I love Jesus' dad.
Yeah, I don't
need that Nepo baby bullshit. Slay, epic New York magazine.
And so
supplements
she told
be
me all
Jesus.
sorts of things. She kept talking about different pastors, but she was really worried that I was going to start reading the teachings of the wrong pastor. So she was like, you just have to be so careful because some pastors are saying wrong things.
Well, I would say that almost all pastors are cheating on their wives, doing drugs, and gambling.
As a performance, I wrote down.
I'm so sorry, but every time I've been a part of a church, TBT in my past life, the pastor is outed as having sex with a dental hygienist.
Yeah, dental hygienists get it.
They get it. Those
it's
girls
should I be a dental hygienist?
Yes, you would be fucked
it's
constantly.
The only way to get fucked in this world is
and
to be a dental
obviously
hygienist.
respect to them and respect to the profession. And obviously I'm joking and I'm saying everything right.
No, we're celebrating.
We're celebrating. We love sex.
If you think we're not celebrating dental hygienists by saying they get fucked, then you're sex negative, which
and
is
sexist.
actually worse than
being dead. But I want to say this, show me a pastor who isn't absolutely corrupt and I will become Christian again.
I wish I could find in my notes app. I might have deleted it, all the different pastors she told me to look up. I wrote them all down and promised her that I would read their teachings.
God,
but,
everyone was obsessed with when I was in high school church, everyone was obsessed with someone named John Piper. And everyone was obsessed with oh my God, the most annoying, scary thing.
This woman hated Joel Osteen.
Oh, he's my hometown.
And then secondly, she told me that she would just drop facts. She said that when children die, everyone thinks they become angels, but they don't.
What happened?
She didn't say. But she just wanted me to know that, when children die, they don't become angels. And, if I hear that, that's wrong.
What could that mean?
I don't know.
Wouldn't we want them to become angels?
And then she goes, oh, and there's going to be a great disappearance, by the way.
Oh, sure.
And I go, I just watched the pilot of The Leftovers
Yeah.
with my friend's family.
And she goes, I prayed that you would.
She didn't like care about that. She told me,
Oops.
and the reason she's coming up is because she also she wants to get out of Uber, but she wants to take them down first, and she's collecting data. So sometimes she rides in Uber, and sometimes she works with her passengers to be able to see both sides of the app, like who's getting what information.
It's like an Aaron Brockovich film.
She's literally Erin.
To bring it back. To your co-star.
Yeah, my co-star. And so what else was she saying? Oh yeah, so once she gets out of Uber, she's not sure if it's going to be a book, if it's going to be a documentary, like she's not sure, but she also knows, she thinks that what I'm missing in my life is Jesus. And then she also,
Interesting.
and she says like, I could talk to God just like how I was talking to her.
You do talk to God.
I do. I didn't tell her that because I didn't feel like it.
I think Jesus is part of your life.
And then but her other thing is she's doing credit repair.
What's that?
Like she teaches people how to make their credit better.
She's a busy bee.
I know.
How old was she?
She was probably like 41.
See, that's, what's so scary is the older I get, the younger that seems.
I know. And then
I pictured her being like 70.
No, she was not.
Was she
70. She had
hot?
almost no.
Okay.
But she had almost a southern accent, but not quite.
You know what you learn as you get older is that people can have southern accents anywhere in the
you
country.
go, yeah.
It's crazy.
Anywhere you go. And
Anywhere you
but she told me something. Oh, she
There's
told
a
me
southern accent.
She told me if you call the credit bureau and just make sure they have your right address, then your score immediately goes up however many points. So I don't know.
Well, when you live in New York City, which I do, you have so many different apartments that it's impossible for anyone to know where you live. I've had
I
like
know.
17 apartments.
I always think of all my different apartments probably getting my mail.
Oh, I think all the checks.
Yeah. Oh. I never get mail checks.
I used to for years.
When I do live performances on tour, I always kept losing my checks, so now they just go right to my agency. But I also don't like when they go to you and then you have to pay your agency.
Exactly.
So
It's bad.
like,
It's better for them to go to the agent.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I bet Seattle will be fun.
Yeah, it's kind of a long flight randomly.
3 hours.
You would think it'd be like an hour.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
3 hours.
I know, a 3-hour tour. It's giving Gilligan.
Why?
LAX to Seattle is giving Gilligan's Island.
What happens on that show?
Well, famously, it's
Don't they get like stranded?
They get stranded, but in the credits, they reveal that when they got stranded, they had been on a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
I've never
It's
seen
Gilligan,
that part.
the skipper to a millionaire and his wife.
I never watched
movie
that.
star, Professor and Mary Ann.
What do you mean a 3-hour tour?
Like, I actually, as a child, I always was like, what do you mean a 3-hour tour?
Like they're stupid because they got lost in only 3 hours?
It's not a comment on like how they are. It's just like this is what happened. Like they were, I think, a tour. When I was little, I thought they were going on some kind of tour of like a building or something, and I was so confused about or I was like, were they touring a boat? But I think probably now looking back with a more fully developed brain, I think that
Cortex loaded. Cortex fully loaded.
Someone was talking to me about their boyfriend recently, who was 25, and they were like, they had like broken up and got back together, and he was saying like. He was like, yeah, and it's like, he's 25, so like, his cortex hadn't been fully like, and I was like, when you're talking developmental psych about your boyfriend, like,
it ain't it.
He's too young for you, girl.
Yeah. Boyfriends, everyone, if you're listening to this, you should be dating someone with a Herbie fully loaded cortex.
Yeah. But I think like a 3-hour tour in the context of Gilligan,
I'm so confused.
That'd be so topical that, is that like, I think probably they meant like
70 years later.
I bet like whenever Gilligan was taking place, like you would go on like a tour just meant like we're gonna tour these aisles like on a boat like and we're gonna go out for 3 hours, we're gonna see all these different aisles, and then when they were doing that, kind of a squall hit and they became stranded.
Addiction.
Yeah, but I also wonder if it's only 3 hours, like how are they on that island for so long?
I thought the whole show is they're stranded on the island.
What do you think about the whole show is that they're stranded on the island?
Yeah,
I'll never forget an episode I saw when I was sick. When I was 6. When I was sick at 6. When I was sick at 6.
Sick at 6.
You stay home from school, you watch Gilligan's Island.
I remember Gilligan. Like Nick at Night playing them in me liking the slutty one.
Ginger.
Yeah, hot.
The movie star. And then I liked Marianne because like
it's giving Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah, you're a Ginger and I'm a Marianne.
Who's Marianne?
Marianne is this girl who like she just was kind of like a hillbilly kind of, and she was kind of obviously a gorgeous woman, but I think like in canon she was supposed to be more like tomboy, like homely,
Oh,
whereas
yeah.
Ginger was kind of this like celebrated diva of the stage and screen.
Thank you for letting me have that today.
And then Marianne's more down to earth. She would wear like a gingham like crop top and
Gingham.
like and jeans and like pigtails.
She
But
sounds
in
sexy.
season 1, I remember always thinking about this when I was sick and six. Like in earlier episodes, the song would end, "The professor and all the rest here and Gilligan's." I mean, they would name everyone except for Marianne, who was on the island.
That sucks.
And they would say all the rest instead of this one woman's name, Marianne. Then, I don't know, her reps got involved, and
Yeah.
then they changed it. It was like the professor and Marianne.
Interesting.
And I remember getting so annoyed when it was an end the rest episode, even though it didn't affect the episode. I just like felt bad for Marianne. But there was this episode I
That's
watched. There was an episode I watched when I was sick at 6 where a crate of vegetables washed ashore.
Uh-huh.
And they all ate the vegetables, but they were like super vegetables. So like whatever the vegetables were supposed to do for you, they gave you super.
That sounds
ability.
amazing.
So someone ate carrots and they could see really far into the water. And I don't remember the other powers.
Sounds like hey, I've got to check out this new show. It sounds really good.
I could never watch shows like that when it's a little low because they frustrated me. That's why I could never watch Keenan and Kel. Because you knew it was just never going to end up good for them.
I know. Well, it's like the whole sitcom.
It would give me anxiety. I was like, can't y'all just like get it together?
I remember one time I think I told you this, I was watching an episode of Bob's Burgers with my like college boyfriend.
I've never even known what that is.
It's actually really funny.
It's a classic show that these twins from my high school would like.
Sure. And it's a show that like everyone would make you watch. You wouldn't pick it.
Yeah.
No offense. And I'd love to be on it.
Yeah. Is
if
it
it's still on. I don't know, but I'm a part of it. And I'm
What's the one where there's like a soda cup with a beard or something? Do you know what I mean?
don't know what
and like
that
a
is.
floating French fry thing.
Hack the mainframe, guys. Anyways, I remember being one of the cartoons was like going through this like tunnel, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And my boyfriend was like, "It's a cartoon, like it's gonna be okay."
Yeah.
But I was like, "But I'm too fragile.
I know.
Watch this."
I would just like get so upset with Keenan and Kel and like let down by them. Like they would like win the lottery and lose the ticket, and I would be like,
That is
"Come
so
on, you guys!" Like I'd be
annoying.
like, "You guys, like, why am I watching if you're never gonna get better?"
That show is so good.
Keenan and Kel.
It's Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That is something the
Who
twins from my high school
who thought
loved.
of that title?
I know.
Hunger Force?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and it was about a soda cup with a beard.
Huh. Okay, I don't know it. Not to age myself, but I don't know it.
I have an
Whatever.
update on the. So
Okay, what
I think that
happened?
the professor probably like we won't.
And
end up being-
Marianne.
Well, yeah, I know. Wait. Me being Marianne.
Oh my!
Wait.
I have full body chills. You identifying with Marianne from such a young age.
So the professor, I think it's just like he was just too caught up in meeting at this coffee place, but like basically like he was like, oh, he said this kind of cute thing where he's like, "You don't seem to have joined me at coffee place name."
That's
LOL.
cute.
Cute, hilarious, hysterical.
And I'm laughing so
he
hard
needs to
I'm
be
dying.
staffed on Bob's Burgers.
Where I do work.
He needs to be staffed on this.
Manifest. I'm manifesting by showing up at the lot.
And and then I was like, oh, I want to like I have more pods today than a doctor's appointment or whatever. But then he lives where his university is, and so I assumed he was here for like months. But then I was like, how long are you in LA? He goes, I think I'll leave Tuesday or wed.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, well I'm in Seattle till Sun. So now it's like I could see him on Mun, but it's like
At what cost?
at what cost?
And to what end?
Yeah. So
Sex?
yeah, I would have sex with him if
Why
that's
don't
what
you
he
say,
want to have sex on Monday.
You should say let's get why don't you say let's get dinner Monday?
I don't like having dinner with a person.
Okay, what do you want?
I want drinks, but I drink a Diet Coke and they drink whatever they drink.
Say let's get drinks Monday.
But I drink a Diet Coke and you drink whatever you drink.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Although, yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. I ultimately don't care about almost anything. Thank God
I care about everything.
every urologist appointment where I'm going to find out why I pee so much today. I hope.
I think they're going to tell you you're fine and it's normal.
You don't understand how much I pee.
I do because I was with you for
yeah.
our week in paradise.
Right, but that was crazy. And that's not even the worst of it.
Yeah.
I should be able to watch a movie at some point in my life.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
Wait, what time? When is your show in Seattle?
That's an amazing question that science is working on.
Do I get to go to it?
Do you get to go to
Well, I hope we're
it?
not at the same. I hope we're not at the same time. I don't think I have so many tickets there.
Well, I'm excited because a Brooks Beast is coming to mind, and I'm hoping she's bringing her Brooks Beast friends.
What's that running?
Brooks Beast is Brooks's professional group, and they're based in Seattle. And one of them, Julia Haymock, shout out, I believe she listens. is
Oh my God, Julia, shout out.
she ran for Stanford, which much like she remembers Stanford was dear friends with the girl from that Real World season.
I didn't mean it like,
No, I know.
I didn't mean it to sound elitist.
Yeah.
It's more like, I wish I should have gone on reality TV.
I am making a casting tape for Survivor this week.
Oh my
and so
God.
is a woman called Cynthia who works on my job.
Wait, Pat. You know, I haven't really ever seen that, but it would be so amazing if you went on it.
I keep having fantasies about going on it.
Oh my God, you'd be
But
so
what if
incredible.
what if I got out first? I wouldn't care.
What,
But
how do you, can I ask what the tape,
I haven't looked into it.
what do you think it includes? What am I trying to say?
I think it's like you like kind
requires.
of you have to answer a question. I don't know, like probably like you say why you want to be on it. Why did I tell you my amazing idea?
You'd be such a perfect person to be on it.
Did I tell you about Jerry Manthe
No?
from Survivor season 2 who taught me the word aspiring?
No.
So Survivor season Survivor season 2 Australian Outback is premiered after the Super Bowl in the year 2001. And I was watching it with my family, and the villain of that season, who actually was so normal, was called Jerry Manthe. And she was in the lower third, it said what their job was, and her job was aspiring actress. And I'm sorry, and if you're like a woman who's an aspiring actress, my mom's not gonna like you. Do you know what I mean?
My mom is the same way. It's why they don't like the movie Titanic.
And like America was on board with that. So like everyone hated Jerry because it was like, oh, you think you could be an actress? And then but I loved Jerry. I thought she was like the coolest woman.
So we're talking Geri.
We're talking J. Oh, I don't know if it was G or J.
Just because Jerry Spice.
I know. I can't remember what she was. But I said to my mom, what does aspiring mean?
Oh, wow.
And my mom says, it means she wants to be one. And then so I'm gonna say, and that's when I started aspiring to be on Survivor.
I love that.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that in my tape.
That'd be so amazing. They'd be so
know.
lucky to have you. Wait, you just unlocked a memory of me one time. I had to do a reading report for history class, and I was like, the reading was, I wrote, and your mom had to like sign off on it that you did it or whatever.
Okay, classic.
So I wrote a note being like, this reading was weird. And my mom was like, you can't just say it's weird. It's like saying George Washington is queer. But she meant she meant it like weird. And I was like, okay. She's like, you can't just say that. And I was like, okay. And she made me rewrite it.
Oh my God.
Hashtag George Washington is queer.
What a queer example to use.
Yeah, what an interesting moment.
She queered examples.
She queered the narrative.
Yeah.
I think I'd be so wonderful if you went on Survivor. I'd be cheering from wherever they let you cheer from.
Yeah.
I'd be so invested. I'd finally watch it.
If they did,
unlike my high maintenance episode, I might finally watch it.
What was I gonna say? So Julia Haymuck from the Brooks piece is coming, and I think that's so cool. She ran 4:04 at USA's as a junior in the NCAA so fast, and now
So
she's
amazing.
training professionally at Brooks. And honestly, the Brooks Beasts had a Brit who trains with them, Josh Kerr, shocked the world this summer by winning the 1500 meter world championship over Jacob Ingebrigtsen, who is like
over Jacob Elordi.
I'm not attracted to him.
That's crazy.
I'm not attracted to him.
That's criminal.
I'm not attracted to him.
And you've seen him.
I have seen him.
In
I'm not
action?
attracted. I have seen him. I'm not attracted.
You watched Saltburn? I forget.
No, I don't care.
I mean, have we talked about that on this? I mean, I think we talked about it. Anyways, it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Performances are amazing. It looks fucking beautiful. Is it a quote unquote good story? IDK might be FF Jill.
That's kind of, oh my God. Do you know what I find about that about?
Huh.
May, December.
Oh, I loved it.
I loved it. I thought the performances were so good. I got to the end though, and I was kind of like,
Charles Melton's performance.
I know. But at the end, I was kind of like, what is your point, my
Full.
dear? At the end, I said, what is your point, my dear?
The point is how traumatic it is.
And the point is also like, I found the point to be more around like, I don't know, like to me, like there was something in that scene at the end where she like couldn't get it right. Where I was like, oh, you're the insecure one or something.
Yeah, no, she's a bad actress.
Yeah.
Which is like the best part.
Yeah.
Is that like she's not even good at.
Yeah.
She came into these people's lives, like disrupted shit, further traumatized someone who's already traumatized.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's so haunting to see that scene at the end.
Yeah. Secondly,
It was so
what was the
good.
point where she almost shoots something but doesn't? What was the point of that?
When?
Like towards the end, Julianne Moore almost shoots something but doesn't.
Shoot something?
She's like going out hunting, and she's like,
Oh, I watched it a while ago. Let me remember. because you kind of see her and you're like, is there more like, are you like, is she gonna like kill someone or herself or something?
I don't know. She's like hunting and she sees a deer and then it doesn't matter.
I think it's just metaphor. Like she's gonna get what she wants.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I mean, I sound stupid, but she's like, she got her little she's like, she doesn't care.
Am I gonna get what I want?
Yeah. And this winter break, I want Jordan Landers.
What's that from?
Holiday in the Sun.
Oh.
You know when we know we'll made it?
What?
When Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen come on the podcast.
I would love that.
They would never. They don't even know what a podcast is.
I know.
They're too cool.
I know.
And too beautiful and too smart.
I know.
Are they both married to old guys still? Because respect. I really want to have sex with a really old
the dental
guy.
hygienist is jumping out of them.
I do have my
spritz.
I feel like I could ask Brian. I feel like I could be like, can I have sex with a really old guy? And he'd probably be like, okay.
How old do you want? I was attracted to an older guy in my meeting today, but I couldn't bring myself to talk to him.
Young enough to like give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But old enough for it to feel like
The best day of his life.
yeah. I want him to feel like my fantasy is like they're inside me and they're like, oh my God. Like
Yeah.
they can't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. Whose fantasy wouldn't that be? Whose fantasy wouldn't that be? I don't know.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of anxiety.
About what?
Nothing in particular.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have lunch with Chelsea after our pod.
Oh, that's so fun.
I
Y'all need
know.
to include me a bit more.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
be included.
Yeah.
It's so nice being here.
And then maybe she could give some insight. Maybe we could revisit an old topic.
Of course. Water.
No sexual chemistry.
No seek. You know, the place I'm staying, which is so gorgeous, is like essentially someone's back house.
Yeah.
Which I hate and despise.
But that's kind of your journey.
No.
Well, I stayed in your back house that time when you were staying at Lana Del Rey's Healers.
Yeah, but I got the full house, which was bliss.
And the back house didn't have water.
Hot water?
Water.
The thing wasn't working?
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Oh yeah, weren't you like there for a day and then you're like,
And then I
get
went
me
to
the
an
fuck
Airbnb
out of
and then I
here?
went to Silver Lake Pool and Inn.
Yeah, I remember that because you showed up and then I was like, Pat's leaving and Brian's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and we were watching that show, that Jewish show.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah,
Oh,
Unorthodox.
she's in hot water, as they say.
Oh, isn't she fake?
She's fake.
Yeah.
What is her name? Julia Hart. My Unorthodox Life.
Yeah.
What is the daughter up to who is now wearing pants?
And the queer one, too. Don't forget. The George Washington one.
The nipple themed party.
Yeah.
The nipple themed. When her mom dressed up as a big tit, I was just like, society has collapsed.
I know.
It was
Society has collapsed.
Dressing up as a big tit.
Do you should we do crush of the week?
Of course.
Who's your crush of the week?
My crush
My
of the week.
dear.
This is twisted. Oh my God. First of all, I went to shout out LA Culture. I went to Gelson's after the pod yesterday. LA Culture. I'm a Hollywood baby. I'm a Nepo baby at Gelson's. And I had a basket and a woman had a big cart. And my basket was full. She goes, oh, go ahead of me. You don't have that much stuff. And I was like, oh, no, it's fine. She's like, no, seriously, Happy New Year. I was like, that is so sweet.
Oh, interesting.
But then I felt bad because my basket like wasn't that. It actually was completely full, so it kind of took a long time.
I know. But then you have to ask, what is she getting out of that?
She was enjoying it.
I think she has an ulterior motive.
Well, you know what she said? She was like, well, normally I couldn't do this, but I have time today. I was like, okay.
Oh, who is this woman?
She was an older woman. It was lovely. And then she did it with someone. Okay, but then she did it with someone else whose basket was even emptier than mine. And I was like, okay, so now do I have to let the basket girl go? But I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's like when someone lets you in, like when you're driving, and then you have to decide then if, and then someone else wants to get in. You're like, well, what does this person think of me who let me in? Because if they let me in, they see me not let someone else in, are they going to be like, you have to pay it forward my gift to you?
Right.
Or are they going to be like, I just let you in, now you're letting someone else in. Like, I have to get to my event.
Yeah, you have to get to your event.
So, but I'm saying, like, there's no way to know how to please the person who lets you in.
Yeah. So you're saying
That you can't win.
I have to resent this woman. But what I was gonna say is at Gelson's, I got this thing that is so weird, but I love it. It sounds disgusting. It's egg salad but made of chickpeas instead of eggs.
It does sound disgusting.
So it's vegan and it's chickpeas with like fake mayo and mustard.
There's
I don't
nothing
know.
worse. I've talked about this.
So good.
I forget if I've talked about this on the podcast. I think we've talked about it off air. There's nothing worse than when someone invites you to a restaurant. You go, you start reading the menu, and like slowly it's revealed to you that you're at a vegan establishment.
Oh, that's the German
Because you're
word.
like, oh, this is vegan, oh, and then this is vegan, and then where's, oh.
And they spell chicken weird,
and
and
then
it's
you're
like,
like, oh, finally a chicken
okay.
dish. And like, oh, there's no E in this chicken, that means it's vegan.
When they spell chicken weird, it's like, what do you think you're doing?
Veganism has co-opted grinder culture of just taking the last E out and then being like, now it's vegan.
Right.
And it's like,
Vegan is an app.
yeah.
Grinder. Who's your crush of the week?
I know, it's a good question. Yours was that lady?
Mine's that lady slash chick. I tell it made with chickpeas.
My crush of the week will have to be, I will say it's the guy I saw at my meeting today. From afar.
Did you talk to him?
No, because there was like this thing called a business meeting after, and I didn't want to stay for it, so I left. And I didn't feel like I looked cute today. It's
You
at
look really cute.
well, it was at 8:30, so it was kind of like scrubbed out, you know?
Boys look good every day.
I know.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for the Limitless Challenge.
What's that?
I never knew what it was, but my gym kept being like, and remember, guys, we're gearing up for the Limitless Challenge, and there's a Zoom to talk about the Limitless Challenge coming up next week. And I was like, what is Limitless Challenge? And then one trainer was like, I know you all know what the Limitless Challenge is, so I'm not even going to go into it. And I was like, you need to go into it. And then I looked at the workouts for the next 2 weeks, and it's just like such hard workouts.
That sounds horrible.
I'm so excited. They're
I
gonna be
wish
so
I had a
hard.
different brain.
They're going to be so hard. I'm going to see you next Tuesday.
I really woke up and didn't know where I was in the middle of the night. I just remembered.
Of course, because you're in a different place.
And then I had a thing where I really couldn't open my eyes. I was like,
I was having a dream about something.
huh.
I wish I could change the past.
No.
I know. Not about even anything you're thinking. I just
I
think the past
know.
in general should be different than how it is.
Why? I got you this place.
I know.
Are
Well,
you happy?
do you know what Pema Chodron does sometimes?
What is she, girl?
Well, because in Buddhism, there's 3 kinds of awakening. I
Go
forget what
on.
the 2 are, but one of them is the awakening that happens after death. And it's kind of this thing of like all of life. It's kind of this view that all of life kind of at the end of the day was just a dream. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And it helps you not take things so seriously. Because if I was in a dream right now, why would I care about anything too much? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll wake up at the end of this.
Whoa, that's so beautiful.
I know. Buddhism is so real
It's everything.
for that.
You know, I once made fun of. Never mind.
What?
I remember one time this really dumb guy in college was like, "Oh, I'm Buddhist now," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And now I'm like, "Wait, that's the smartest thing you can be."
That's like my sponsor would always say he was Buddhist, and I would be like, I would ignore it, and then someone with on-screen credits recommended a book to me, and then I told him I was like loving this book. He's like, I've been recommending that book to you for 5 years straight, and I was
And if
like,
he had some on-screen credits, maybe
but the
you'd
thing is, he
listen.
does have on-screen. Here's the deal: my sponsor has on-screen credits.
That scares me.
And my sponsor was really close to getting the role of George on Grey's Anatomy that went to TR Night.
It is so scary as an actor to be like, you never know what's gonna hit. And
I know.
usually you don't get something and you're like, oh, whatever, you know. But something like that would be difficult.
I know. But he doesn't care because he's Buddhist.
And because he'll wake up from the dream soon.
Yeah.
Because for him it's a dream. Grey's Anatomy, 18
I had a dream
seasons is a dream.
I had a dream I didn't get George. They will not bring Katherine Heigl back. And it's actually bad. I think it's mean to women.
Everything is so mean to
Because she
women.
I'll never forget my favorite thing I ever saw was someone post like 13 years after Katherine Heigl was fired from Grey's Anatomy.
How many seasons was she on?
She was on it's so hard to remember, but probably like 6.
Why was she fired?
Well, the person tweeted like, I can't believe it's a 13-year anniversary of Katherine Heigl not being grateful.
Oh my
But I think she
God.
was a nightmare on set. But recently there was something someone sent me of her and Ellen Pompeo sitting down and girling out together, and that was like healing to see.
Interesting.
They need to bring
Izzy back.
Izzy back. But do you know how they wrapped up Alex's storyline?
Who's Alex?
Karev. He's like the straight guy of the 5, even though George is straight
Oh
too.
wait, the really hot guy.
He was like supposed to be hot, but I never was.
Show me the picture. 'Cause I did watch the first few years when I was.
Google Alex
tween.
Karev. So he was.
Oh my God! Wait, I think that this guy is someone who really makes me want to bounce.
He was Izzy's love interest.
Karev with a K.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
he
He makes me.
want to bounce.
He has one of those faces that. Oh well.
He's hot, but he never quite did it for me, and he was kind of a dick. And then they wrapped up his storyline by off screen.
This is mean to say, but I let younger him does it for me, and older him isn't working for me.
Wow, that's the opposite of what you just said. What if he was thrilled to be inside you?
Well, not I need someone older than this.
Yeah. But
I want someone. I don't know what I want. This is making me wet.
basically,
This is not.
and it is like that.
It is like that. Sorry.
But they tied up his storyline by he just disappeared for half a season and then wrote like all the really main characters' letters saying like, so I'm sure you're wondering where I went.
Yeah.
And it's Rio, and he's like, I found Izzy, Katherine Heigl's character, and he's like, because her character had cancer, and it's like, when she had cancer, we made a bunch of like embryos, and in the last 5 years or the last like 8 years since I've seen her, she made them babies. I have kids with Izzy, and now I'm moving to a farm with them. And then like,
What?
so his character literally left to live with Katherine Heigl and raise their kids, but we never got to see Katherine.
Why did they fire Alex Krev?
They didn't fire him. He just left because it had been 17 years, and he said,
Sure.
I might want to try something new.
I'm sure they want to bring her back, and she just doesn't want to do it.
No, I think she would absolutely go back. She said as much.
Really?
And
That's so weird.
Shonda won't have it.
Wow. That reminds me of when I was young. No. Let me photograph you in this light. That reminds me. No, it reminds me of
wow.
Wow, I just short-circuited. No, what was it about? Oh God, some other. Don't be mad. It'll come back.
I'm not being mad, but
It's
I'm
not like
wondering.
when
I'm
you
being
were reading the
curious.
letter, it was something like about another character being written off like that. That was so bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Do you feel hot today?
Better than yesterday because I washed my hair.
I don't feel hot today. Are you mad at me?
No, are you mad at me?
Not at all.
What was I thinking of? Well, I guess we'll have to tune in for a cliffhanger. Cliffhanger to find out what I was thinking of. All right, love you guys.
Love you guys.
H.
Headgum.
What's the Headgum sign off? This is the Headgum podcast. This was the Headgum
Headgum podcast.
podcast.
If you're boring as fuck, seek treatment. If you're unlucky in love, seek treatment. If you just can't take a hint, well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
That was a Headgum podcast.